That's some bullshit. Don't publish your stuff on YouTube if you don't want people to fair use it. That's such a joke, man. Ugh. It's it's up on YouTube. I'm providing commentary. You don't get to fucking copyright claim it. It is fucked up. 100% Leifeng. It's on YouTube. I'm providing commentary. And if you don't understand fair use, well, why is YouTube doing the bidding of CBS? Oh, it's not like I'm playing a movie. I'm playing freely. Freely available. Look at this. Freely available on YouTube. Let me go back. This video right here is what I was playing. It's available. If you don't want people providing commentary over one of your videos, do not, and I repeat, do not post it on YouTube. If you are going to hard strike people, you could have taken the money. I didn't violate any policies. I didn't violate anything. I was watching a news article freely available on YouTube and giving people context and sharing my thoughts on it. And you want to say it's a policy breach? I want to make sure we're enough seconds in. Fuck yourself, YouTube. God damn, dude. Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this? It's called fair use. I wasn't just watching it like Twitch streamers do. I was interacting with my audience. I was responding to things, sharing different things that I know. And y'all want to freaking say it's a policy breach and fuck my stream up? Let's see if that stream is available. I'll be curious to know if they took out the whole stream, because that's a huge problem for me. No, I don't want to see the end. I want to see the beginning, because there's so much more to it. Okay, at least they didn't delete my whole stream. Jesus Christ. Man. Hey, CBS. Go fuck yourself. If you don't want... What up? If you don't want people covering your shit, do not, and I repeat, do not post it on YouTube for everyone to watch. Fucking Christ. Fuck YouTube, dude. Fucking, if I could pull the number of people I need to go over to Rumble, I'd be on Rumble 100%. Because YouTube is at that point where it's just like, dude, what the shit? Yeah, I'm scrolling back through my video. we're all good up until they freaking breach. Yep. They used to, if you were playing a copyrighted material, they would pop it up on your screen and say, hey, this appears to be copyrighted material, blah, blah, blah. And then you stop it and switch over. Here, I'm gonna drop this in chat. This Alex. Clearly fucking fair use fucking whoops. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up so y'all can watch it. For those of you who may not have HBO Max or Netflix, I'm gonna drop the video I was trying to watch, so Murdaugh. So y'all can check it out and get some of the backstory. That was the whole point of what I was doing. I'm pretty serious about potentially. I haven't even created a Rumble yet, and Rumble's not gonna hard stop me when I'm live streaming. Even if I get a DMCA later, they'll pull me down then. But at least they're not gonna hard stop me in the middle of a live stream. Like, come on, dude. There's the link. I don't pay for HBO. I get it for free because of my cell phone provider. So I have AT&T, and AT&T gave me HBO Max for free. So I don't pay for it. I just get it for free. God damn it, dude. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if there's a YouTube creator who's done some shit about Murdaugh. No, I don't want trial shit. Hold on. No. Law and crime can be a little bit of fucking copyright whores. Yeah, dude, that's fucking some bullshit, man. Pissed off. I bet you if I could find, has anyone found that you're back on? It took ages to see you. A few. Yeah, Twitch is a little better, but yeah, a few. I wasn't pulling a lot of viewers because I've been lacking consistency for life, and so YouTube's really weird. If you're highly consistent, then you get viewers. Oh, also, I haven't changed my the one thing I haven't changed, hashtags, etc. Let me go in and change those. Fucking bullshit, man. That pisses me off so much. Because, dude, if you're a news organization, you should understand fair use. Because you guys are using footage from fucking police video, like shit like that. That bugs me, dude. Sorry, I'm just putting in the tags I had on there before. That's fucking annoying, man. Well, Law and Crime does hit, but Law and Crime, man, they've been. I don't care if they take the revenue, right? I don't care if they take that. I'm pulling 10 to 20 viewers right now. Like, I used to do a lot more than that, but I'm not going to pull a lot of after the stream viewers. I don't give a fuck. Law and Crime can do that if they want. But fucking A, man. Like, CBS fucking has an agreement with YouTube and auto breaks down and blocks clearly fair use copyright shit. Let's see. We already saw the what's this? Hold on. Let's see.
And drama at the double murder trial of AGluck Murdaugh as the son of the former attorney is reportedly admonished by the judge.
Redhead Buster Murdaugh is in hot water at his father's sensational murder trial. He allegedly made a rude gesture at a witness testifying against his father.
He flipped someone off.
Obscene gesture toward a witness.
The judge presiding over the trial admonished 26-year-old Buster, according to the clerk of the court.
The family, the defense team, adamantly deny that ever happened.
Alex Murdaugh's sister Lynn also got into trouble. She reportedly tried to pass her brother a copy of the book The Judge's List by legal thriller author John.
What? A book?
Grisham. Court officials considered the book contraband and confiscated it, according to a report. The two Murdaughs have reportedly been warned that any more violations will result in them being barred from the courtroom. Some reports said they had been ordered to sit further back in court. This is Buster last week, and this is him today. He's 1 or 2 rows back. In testimony today, prosecutors showed Murdaugh's housekeeper video of him wearing a blue shirt an hour or so before the slayings.
Have you ever seen that shirt again?
No, sir, not to my knowledge.
She was asked if she saw Buster in court.
Is that Buster?
Yes, sir.
Okay, y'all always had a great relationship, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They went into shit that doesn't even fucking matter. See, going into the actual, like, trial shit, it's rough. That's why I wanted to go into the background story. That's the crime footage. I'm trying to see if there's anything. 11 hours. Christ. Anything to give the backstory, and that's all I was trying to do. Hold on. What was this?
The murder trial of Alex Murdaugh continued, with courtroom watchers debating the impact of yesterday's testimony of the only surviving Murdaugh's child, son Buster. Meantime, a Netflix series on the family has been released with a revealing perspective through the eyes of a former girlfriend.
They do have a bad vibe, 100%, Jamie. It comes off as entitled. Okay, fuck. I don't want to. The documentaries on HBO and Netflix are very good. So, I don't want to ruin any of it. So, if you plan on watching it, fuck, I don't know how to do this. Okay, so Stephen Smith, a person who's was in the same grade in high school as Buster, ends up dead. The local law enforcement rules it as a hit and run. Now, state troopers who manage highways and deal with hit and runs and car accidents and shit like that come out to the county and investigate it and find that it doesn't look like a hit and run. It looks like homicide. However, the local PD, happening to be in the county that the Murdaughs are in, had ruled it a hit and run. Same with the coroner. Now, I told you the family's super tied in, right? This young man, and even though this is in like 2018, 2017, is gay. This is the South. Whatever. But there's ties to one of the family members, okay? And then we have Paul, who's on the screen, the redhead. The boat situation. Drunk. Acting a fool. His friends try to take the wheel from him. This is my fucking boat. Blah, blah, blah. Crashes into a pylon under a bridge. And one of the girlfriends of his girlfriend of his best friend gets ejected, never found, and then found and dead. Okay, cool. And then the housekeeper for the Murdaughs. She'd been their housekeeper for many years. Apparently, quote unquote, has a fall down the front stairs in the entrance of the house, because they had a kind of that southern porch where they had steps up to the porch, and then you walk over in the door. Well, there's cement. She falls, apparently cracks her head. There's a police call on this. And the family claims the dogs bumped her and knocked her down the stairs. And then Alex represents her children because his property has a commercial insurance plan. And they come out of court with either, I think it was 12 or 14 million, right? And so then the attorney takes 33% of that, and the rest is supposed to go to the children who survived their mother, right? Except for Alex never, ever tells the children that they got the settlement and steals the money. And then, after those 3 deaths tied to the family, you have Paul on the screen and his mother end up shot and killed. 5 deaths around this family that are known of. Not going back to the father, the grandfather, the great-grandfather. It's batshit insanity.
Friend of slain son Paul Murdaugh.
She was the girlfriend of murder victim Paul Murdaugh, 23.
The murder was the boat death was 2019. So at 17, girl got thick. She put on some weight. Girl, you need to stop eating those sweets.
20-year-old Morgan Dowdy is featured in a new 3-part Netflix documentary about the headline-making Alex Murdaugh murder trial.
Like, seriously. Just look. Look at the chin. 5 years later, girl fucking wonder she gained that college 20.
Trial.
It was very normal for them to be drinking and just have a lot of alcohol, like always stocked in the house.
She also says she had a turbulent relationship.
No clue. I mean, well, let's look. Murdaugh name origin. That'll work. Boom. Scottish, maybe? The name comes out of Scotland, so potentially Scottish. The red hair and shit like that. It's kind of a
with Paul.
Alcohol definitely changed Paul. We called Paul Timmy when he was drunk.
Meanwhile, Buster Murdaugh's testimony at his father's murder trial is a hot-button topic today.
I know a lot of people think he wasn't that emotional. I think for the jury, that's going to matter much less than the fact that this son, who's lost his mother, his only brother, supports his father.
Seeing him on the witness stand, knowing he's sitting there to defend his dad, is powerful.
Alex Murdaugh sure looked pleased. He gave Buster a consoling pat as he passed him in court. There's also reaction today to this eyebrow-raising moment at the trial.
Oh yeah,
Murdaugh's
apparently.
Attorney Dick Harpootlian pointed a weapon at the prosecution team.
Tempting, but
Oh my stars! So everybody laughed it off, but I didn't think it was very funny.
The defense is arguing that at 6'4", Murdaugh is too tall to be the killer. This forensics expert says the gunman had to have been much shorter.
they would be somewhere between 5'2" and 5'4".
That is correct.
So is it a slam dunk case for the prosecution, or is the...
No, it's going to be a hung jury. Watch. Hung jury. God damn it, dude. I wanted to fucking show the... Oh, let's hear what the CNN body expert has to say.
One of the features of Alec Murdaugh's testimony, up until this point, you can't miss it. He talks a lot. He provides a lot of information, including information that he's not asked about. What did you make of how he approached that?
Abby, and thanks for the shout out, Sarah. A lot was happening here with words. There's something called statement analysis. There are words that have hidden meaning behind them. And if we can start with...
All right. There are too many women on the screen. Too many women. I don't trust white women. Sorry, that's a joke, but it's partially true. Also, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not. God damn it! I wanted to play. Oh, I wonder if I can. Fuck you, CBS. Hold on.
48 Hours is talking with a key figure in a case of murder to get $10 million in insurance.
Hold on, that doc is the doc I was trying to play is from over a year ago of the footage.
Unsolved at this time, but his lawyer tells WHNS TV that
Shut up.
Murdaugh claims he's been addicted.
I really do. Curtis Smith says it was September 4th when his friend, South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh, called claiming he needed help. Smith says Murdaugh...
Well, I better not play more or they'll cut off my stream. Fuck you, CBS. God damn it, dude. I wish there was... Well, I mean... So, I don't know about investigators, Jamie, but from different lawyers and people who have been following the trial and looking at the evidence, etc., like lawyers who actually do YouTube, like the Ricadas, the DUI guy, the Emily's, those types, they're thinking it's going to be hung. So basically, I don't know how many jurors they require in South Carolina, but let's say it's 12. You have to convince 12 people as the state that he's guilty without a reasonable doubt, right? All it takes is one. And then there's Alan Law, I think, or Alan, or yeah. It's basically when or Allen Rolling. Fuck, what's it called? My brain's fucking broken right now. Basically, it'll I'm looking it up. Okay, yeah. Allen Rolling. When jurors cannot agree on a verdict and report this to a judge, the judge may issue further instructions to them to encourage those in the minority to reconsider their positions. These instructions are known as Allen charges, or more casually as a dynamite charge. Basically, the judge could send them back to reevaluate. So let's say they go into deliberation on Friday, and then on Monday they come back as 4 or 5 people think he's not guilty, and 7 or 8 think he is. The judge can move them to reconsider and go back and reevaluate the shit. So many of the YouTube lawyers who truly actually practice law are thinking that it's going to be hung because, one, the state has not provided any hard evidence. The shirt that they claim had blood on it and he wiped his face on, like we saw in the body cam footage from earlier before the stream got cut off because CBS is a bunch of douches, was not admitted or submitted into evidence. They don't have the murder weapon. They have data, cell phone data and step data. So if you're planning on committing murder, turn your phone's step data off, because apparently they can get a hold of that shit. So might want to be careful. So yeah, and then sorry, I forgot to turn on monetization on the new stream, whatever. And then they have the fact that he lied to police in his first interview with the SLED and claimed he was napping when the situation happened, but apparently he was down at the kennels. But a liar does not make a murderer. You can lie but not be guilty of a crime, right? And the fact that the state, like, I'm not siding with him, not at all, but the fact that the state hasn't really giving anything but circumstantial and hearsay bullshit, I don't think the guy's gonna end up, I don't think they end up coming to a consensus. 60 oxy a day. That's fucking bad shit. But yeah, so I don't know. I figure I'll play around. Tomorrow is the rebuttal for the defense based on they had a forensic pathologist, a crime scene and blood spatter analyst, and one of the brothers of Alex today. So they'll bring in people to rebut that tomorrow. The jury apparently is supposedly supposed to go out to the actual property, Roselle, and walk the property on defense's request. I think they're trying to show that whether Alex was there or not, the distance from the kennel to the house is at such a range that you might not have heard the gunshots. You know what I mean? So, because apparently, according to new testimony, he was at the house after being down at the kennel. He went back up to the house after the dog got a hold of a chicken and separated, etc. Blah blah blah. Went back up to the house, and then supposedly went, which tracking data on his phone shows us at 9:07 he leaves the property to go to his mom's house because his mom has dementia. His dad's in the hospital as of the 6th and or 7th, whatever it is. And he's not on the property from 9:07 till whenever he gets back to the property, goes to the house, comes down to the kennel because his wife and son are at the house, and finds their bodies. So his alibi is a little wonk. Yeah, he probably is guilty. He probably has a hand in it, but here's the problem. Reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt. Everything that they've presented, if I was sitting on this jury, I've sat on a few juries. I sat on one DUI jury. I sat on a civil law situation and like an assault jury. No murder, but if I was sitting on this jury, I'd be asking the exact questions I'm asking. Where's the murder weapon? Where's the forensic evidence that shows that he's tied to the incident? Now, they show that he's guilty of financial crimes, and if they put me on that jury, all they got to do is play back the testimony that he did on the stand in this trial, where he openly admits that he's guilty of the financial crimes. But when it comes to murder, I'd be like, how can you bring this? Especially after today, when his when his brother testified about SLED, saying they found the raincoat with gun residue behind the house property, and then mentioned later, after a few days, that it was found in the closet of his father. So, how? You tell the person escorting you around the property, who's been very helpful, and the younger brother of Alex, who's allowing you to walk through his parents' property, etc., and being good to law enforcement, right? You tell him that you found something behind the property, but you're not at liberty to say what. And then you bring them in for a viewing of a photograph of a jacket. And you tell them, oh, we found this jacket in your father's closet. But you already told them that you found a clothing piece behind the property. So, was there something else? Did you find this jacket after the fact? Or did you supposedly find this jacket behind? It begs the question, did SLED plant evidence because they were so after this guy, you know? Well, no, I don't recall and I don't know. Aren't necessarily evasive. They can be truthful. Saying, did you wear a blue raincoat? I don't know. Or I don't recall. that's a stopgap answer where it's like, I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, but here's the problem. An investigator works at the behest of attorneys, right? Most investigators work for the prosecution or the defense, right? And they go out and find evidence. More attorneys are saying it's a weak case legally because, yeah. Okay, Jamie, here, let me ask you this. I don't know if you've been following it, but I pointed out a few facts. What evidence does the state have? They have cell phone data. They have a shirt that they didn't bring into evidence that supposedly had blood on it. And earlier, or in the last stream, I showed the video footage of him wiping his face. And they have him lying to investigators about his story. They have the kennel footage where he was actually at the kennel, and then he admits he was at the kennel in court. And that's about it. What non-circumstantial evidence do they have that shows to a jury member? I don't care what Chris McDonoghue's credentials or curriculum vitae is. I'm asking you, as someone who may or may not have watched this case, what have they provided to the average Joe? The people sitting on the jury to convince them that he murdered his son and wife. Nothing. Yes, he may have done it, but they don't have the gun. They didn't bring the shirt into evidence. They don't have witnesses. They don't have anything that would make the average person say he's guilty. Now, there's preconceived information, right? People who may have heard about this trial before it went, or not trial, but this situation before it went to court, and may think he's guilty. And they may carry that, right? They can carry that into the deliberation and have their mind made up. He's guilty. But if there's even one person who says, no, I don't agree, there's reasonable doubt. They don't have any of this. They don't have any evidence besides tracking data, the time of death, the coroner who didn't measure body temperature. And this is something that they came into today. They did not measure core body temperature. Core body temperature is measured either through the mouth or anal cavity, right? Their expert for the state said something about putting his finger in the armpit. I could put my hand on your forehead, but I can't give you an exact degree of temperature, could I? No, but I could feel if you're hot or cold. But it's not exact temperature. Now, measuring for time of death with body temperature, the body cools at their expert, the defense's expert, said 1.5 degrees per hour, right? So if they would have measured the core body temperature through thermometer placed near the body for ambient, and then placed in the rectum or throat, whatever, an orifice, would have got the core body temperature. And they could have used that to give an estimate. Their estimate is between 9 and 9:30. What if the core body temperature says they were killed after 9:15? The science and evidence that the state has provided would show that he was not on the property. He left at 9:07 to go to his mother's. And that's cell phone data tracking, right? But because whatever, is it a strong enough for a circumstantial case? I'm 50-50 on that. He is clearly a liar. Yes, he's 100% a liar. 100% a liar. And 100% guilty of financial crimes. And has people cover up for him. Oh, well, his family fucking covered up. So it depends on the mindset of the jury, whether satisfied with circumstantial evidence. True. And that's what I don't think. I think the defense's evidence and things they've brought throw kind of a wrench into what the state has. I don't know. I from what people like James from court and others who've been in the court and looked at the jury members' faces, they're bored right now. They're done with this shit. They're tired. It was supposed to be a 2-week case, and then the state brought in all the financial crime shit and dragged that out. And so let's say the state had the goodwill of all 12, saying, oh, it's going to be a 2 to 3 week case. We're at 6 weeks right now. If the state lost their goodwill and there's a few jury members who are on the fence, they may have pushed them to the defense's side. Because truly, it's a circumstantial case. Truly is. Because they don't have any hard evidence. They have a jacket that had gunshot residue that they found behind his parents' property and then claimed to have found it in his father's closet, claiming it was his. They haven't found the guns. They haven't found anything. Do I think he had a hand in it or was at fault for it? Yes, 100%. Because if you watched the Netflix documentaries and listened to the phone calls between Alec and Buster, they talk about gambling multiple times. Now, Alec had a drug habit, and he was taking 30 milligram oxy, cotton, anywhere from 40 to 60 pills a day. Now, that seems high for me or you who aren't addicted, but the guy was 270 at one point and built up a tolerance. I had an ex who was into pills, and she was taking a lot, and she was fucking 115, 120. She was taking more than 25, so you double the weight. Yeah, there's a potentiality. So let's say he was spending, it's usually California. This is California. $2 a milligram, $60 a pill, 60 times 60, $1,200 a day. that doesn't account for the financials. So he was paying the money to something else. It was going somewhere. So was he associated with dealers? Was he on the hook for a shit ton of money to gambling debt for his son Buster himself? Who knows? But I look at it this way. If you are someone who has and owes people a lot of money, whether it's gambling, whether it's illicit shit like drugs, etc., do you think the person you owe money to is going to go after you or your family? They want their money back. They'll make threats against your family. And if you can't pay them, because you're now a disgraced attorney who's under federal investigation for financial crimes, because he got arrested in Florida after a stint at the rehab, whether it be drug related or gambling, and you hear about this, you see it, it's all over the news, etc. You know you ain't getting your money back, so you start making threats. You threaten his wife and children, because you ain't gonna threaten your person who's supposed to pay you because you want your money back. So yes, you're threatening him by threatening him through others, right? And he says, oh, I can't get you it, blah, blah, blah. You know, all this criminal shit with the financials is going on. And to prove they're serious, they kill your wife and kid. Now you're at fault for it. Doesn't mean you pulled the trigger. State's biggest weakness seems to be that there were lots of people who wanted the family harm. True. There's the boat case. There's association with the accidental or potential murder death of the housekeeper, and then the homicide of Stephen Smith, which, if you haven't watched it, watch either the Netflix. It's actually the HBO goes into further detail. The HBO doc goes into further detail on Stephen Smith. There's potential ties to his death to the Murdaugh family. So this family has potentially 5 associated deaths to them. So have not really eliminated them in their case. The state has also not provided a statement of how or why or what the motive was. They haven't given any of us that. What's his motive for killing his family? And that's what I wonder. And that's what I would be asking if I was on said jury. I'd sit back and like, why would he kill him? His wife is going to divorce him and take half his shit. Well, he's stolen a fucking bunch of money, so who gives a shit? It's not his money, and he can give her half of whatever his financials are. If that is the case, right? Or his son found out about his drug habit. I remember them talking about that. And he's worried they're going to get back to knowing about the financials, but the financials came out shortly before this, I believe. So I have no clue. That's the problem. No murder weapon and no motive. Like, the prosecution has done a terrible job. Do I think he's got a hand in it? Yes. Do I think he could potentially be at fault and not have planned it? Yes. Do I think he could have planned it? Sure. But as someone on a jury, you're supposed to sit back and look at the reasonable doubt. And the reasonable doubt comes into play when there's no motive explained. The prosecutors don't try to tie any justification for it. They don't push forward with any hard DNA, any hard evidence. So there's reasonable doubt, especially with the way the defense pushed their case. So many others have a clearer motive. Yeah, there's a clear motive that let's look at it from the outside. Let's say it was Anthony, Paul's best friend, who even in the documentaries didn't talk shit about him and called him a good person. But let's say he was mad that this guy got the love of his life killed and faced nothing and decided to kill him. Paul shows up to kill Paul. Anthony shows up to kill Paul and then realizes his mother's there. He would have to be carrying 2 guns. So yes. There's Beach's family members who have motive. There's Anthony who have motive. There's all the social media people who were fucking threatening Paul after it came out. That could be situational. There's people who found out that Alex was cheating them. There's a shit ton of potentialities for people who have a clearer motive. So, a jury will struggle to tell a story of the crime that justifies them finding him guilty on a circumstantial case. I think the prosecution hasn't told a story based on the circumstantial evidence to show him as having a motive or a reason to want his son dead and his wife dead. Now, see, I was looking at it like, let's say he wanted to kill his wife and then found out Paul was there and killed Paul because he was a witness. But the evidence shows, and according to the experts on crime scene analysis and shit like that, that Paul was killed first. What's the guy's motive to kill his son? They have not established that. Was it he was draining his bank account because they had to get the lawyer to defend him in the wrongful death suit and they weren't able to make it go away? Potentially. That could be I can come up with better motives for fucking than the prosecution has come up with. You are tired of having to pay your son's bills after he got caught up in this situation where he has a wrongful death associated with him and he's facing criminal charges, and come to find out that the attorney representing Alex was the attorney representing Paul. So I don't know. But since my stream got cut at an hour and a half and we're an hour in, I figure I need to smoke. I might come back and do another live later. Or maybe I'll just eat some food. I don't know. But let's do this. Throw on some music. I'm going to call it tonight. Well, for this stream. If you guys like the music, it's CLEJAN on all streaming platforms. Good homie. Very good case. Nothing will surprise me after looking into that case. Okay, I'm gonna look into it because I've never seen it. And then if I come back, which I probably will, I just need some food. And then I'll check it out because if it's interesting enough, I like a lot of freaking. I like watching legal cases and shit like that. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
I like how she pull on my string. I'm on my finger a little. That G note make her sing. I beat it up like staccato. Smooth strokes, legato. She like it when I use vibrato. She like it when I use vibrato. She like the way that I fiddle. I like how she pull on my string. I'm on my finger a little. That G note make her sing. I beat it up like staccato. Smooth strokes, legato. She like it when I use vibrato. She like it when I use vibrato. She like the way that I She like the way that I feel. She like the way that I She like the way that I feel. She like the way that I fiddle. I like how she pull on my string. I'm on my finger a little. That G note make her sing. I beat it up like staccato. Smooth strokes, legato. She like it when I use vibrato. She like the way that I fiddle. I like how she pull on my string. I'm on my finger a little. That G note make her sing. I beat it up like staccato. Smooth strokes, legato. She like it when I use vibrato. She like it when I use vibrato.